Hey, Ponderers. Happy New Year! It's 2023. So, yeah, hope you're having a good one so far. But, yeah, I'm just making this because I have not made one in a while, and I want to make these, but I don't always feel like I have anything to share, really, because a lot of my work in the past, 3 months has just been, peer programming, and, a lot of that work is, optimization and a bunch of back-end stuff. I'm working on localization so I can get this game in multiple languages, things like that, that will expand the player base but aren't necessarily interesting to talk about. So yeah, this update's going to be less about new game content stuff and more just what's happening on my end and what to foresee in the future. So yeah, my to-do list on the programming side of things has shrunk quite a bit. I literally just have all this stuff spinning in my head on what I need to do, and I'm just doing it, and then I come out and I'm like, oh, most of my to-do list is actually getting pretty close to done. So that said, I'm hoping that I can actually start working on the content soon, because what's happened is I've just ripped apart the game, basically, started reprogramming a bunch of stuff, and now it's almost like the skeleton's almost back together, and I'm going to be fleshing out what the game looks like what do the upgrades do, what do the spells do, which most of that is kind of there and set up, but I actually haven't played the game from the beginning in since I released this last patch on Steam. So yeah, it's all going to be new to me too. So there's going to be a lot of exploring on that side. So I imagine I have about I have a good chunk of programming to do, and then after the programming's done, I'll probably take a couple weeks to work on the content side of things. And I'm going to take some time on that, but also it's going to be pretty buggy when I'm working on the content. I think once I'm done the first content pass is when I'll pass it to Patreons first, just because that version is going to be really buggy and probably broken as hell. But yeah, whoever wants to help me over there can help me, and then probably a couple weeks after that I'll be set up to release this thing on Steam. Steam first again, and then browser eventually. Yeah, so that's kind of exciting because I haven't played the game in 6 months, and I'm kind of excited to play it again. So it's kind of funny how this works. But I had a vision for what I wanted to do, and that vision kind of grew as I was working on this patch, and just an understanding of just how far I could take this version of the game was hitting me. So I'm actually so hyped to be able to play it again and try out all the new stuff I've got going on, all these weight systems and reworks to everything that I've got going on. I think the game is going to feel significantly different while having that same juicy choice and incremental core that it has. So yeah, but I have no idea because I haven't played the game in 6 months, so maybe it's worse. Who knows? I guess we'll find out. Yeah, and I'm trying not to be too perfectionist about this stuff too. I can get stuck in that whole mindset. Yeah, so I think we're pretty close. It might end up being a whole year before I make this next Steam release, which I wasn't expecting to do this. I thought I would make more incremental changes, but the changes I wanted to make just ended up being massive, basically. So it's going to be a very different game. It is definitely going to be a very different game. Every patch I've kind of thrown out. Yeah, and there's still going to be more to do too. I haven't really touched rituals as much as I've wanted to, so that's a whole piece that I'm still going to be playing around with. Things like that. Imagine this is going to be heckin' buggy. But yeah, I think it'll be ready pretty soon here. Yeah, and once I have a more solid date, again, I'll be posting that probably 2 weeks to 4 weeks off. I'll know when I want to release the next version for Patreon, and then probably another 2 to 4 weeks after that will be for Steam. So yeah, lots of stuff coming. Excited to see what the game is like now, and excited to see what you guys think about it once it comes out. But yeah, also I want to be making more of these, but I don't feel like I have content for them yet. I've been thinking about doing maybe more like Patreon specific videos and stuff like that, but something's stewing in me around that, and yeah, I'm excited to dip more into this content stuff, but I'm just like feeling out what feels the best to give out, and a lot of my focus is still just on working on the game. I'm just sitting programming almost every day, so yeah, good stuff is coming. A faster game is coming. Hopefully it can run like 148 frames instead of the 80. But I'm still learning a lot about Unity and stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your new year, and yeah, I will be around. Boy.